So yeah, welcome fight fans, it's Danny Glover. We're back again for another installment. Persistence beats resistance. So, you know what I mean, we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about last week's boxing on Dazn, matchroom card, O2 Arena, Dillian Whyte vs Otto Wallin, as we know, fell through. But that didn't stop the card being a very good card. Plus we had some good action in the USA and the States on about 2 or 3 different broadcasters. So yeah, so first of all we're going to get into we had Ellie Scotney early on before the television broadcast. Shout out Ash Jones 23 Machine, big ups. And Ellie Scotney, good 8 rounds versus her opponent. Obviously she's been out the ring for a while. She's changed new trainers, working with Shane McGuigan now. The woman she was fighting, I've been sent some pictures and I've been on her profile, and it seems she's going through some kind of change in life. Looks very, we'll say, masculine. So if you're getting where I'm going with that, yeah, so that made that fight probably even tougher, which Ellie may have not known about. But yeah, it seems she's going through some kind of transition. So they might need to test them levels of testosterone possibly. I'm just saying, if you go onto the opponent's profile, I forgot her name off the top of the head. I should have wrote it down, to be fair, but I may reveal the name in another installment. Ash Jones Machine, good catching up on the weekend, bro. Had a pair of bollocks. Okay, yeah, man, it was all good. So we'll go into the main cards, the main fights, which I thought were, you know, my top ones. Big up Freezy, big up. I'll see you on Saturday. Love, man. See you making up pure noise at ringside and that. So yeah, big up. It ain't easy being Freezy. So yeah, we're going to go into Youssef Khoumari versus Jorge Castaneda. As we know, I always said this was going to be the most competitive fight on the card, and a very tough night for Youssef Khoumari, because I've seen Jorge Castaneda fight when he beat Ofer Jones III in America on the American Dazn card. Yeah, man, big up Freezy, respect. So we're going to go into that. So the first few rounds, I'd say that I gave them to Youssef Khoumari. Seemed his speed, his movement, they was doing very well for him, serving him very well. He was picking up the early rounds and stuff like that. And then it's in round 6, they was trading off very heavily, and Youssef Khoumari was getting the better of the exchanges. I wouldn't say he hurt Jorge Castaneda, but he was definitely getting his attention with some of the shots, because there were some big shots landing. So very good round for Youssef Khoumari, and I thought that was going to start to tip him over the line and get him to the finish line to get the win, because then it was very like he won the first 3 rounds. Then I'd say 4 and 5 probably could have gave him to Castaneda. 6th, big Khoumari. So going to the 7th, I had it 4-2, and then evenish round 7. Then round 8 is where Castaneda landed a big looping left hook, and it wobbled Youssef Khoumari big time. Youssef had to hold on, and that seemed to have drained that from his legs buckling and stuff. That seemed to drain him and take his energy away. And then 9 and 10, Castaneda dominated, and he got a close points victory. One of the judges had it a draw, so yeah, it could have gone either way. Very close fight. Man, I spoke to Youssef afterwards, you know, and I said, listen, it's a minor setback for a major comeback. You've learnt more tonight about yourself and more in there, skill-wise, and than you would blowing out 10 people on a small hall show in the middle of Elephant and Castle, York Hall, and he agreed. You know, he's in high spirits, and you know, he's a proper fighter. He's a proper good fighter. Youssef Khoumari, he's got a bright future. He can fight, that guy, so he shouldn't hang his head in shame. Castaneda, it seems he's on to ascending to do some big things in the division, as he's had a hard life, had to come up the hard way, and yeah, that was a great fight. Then next up we had Craig Richards versus Marek Matyja. A lot of people don't know about Marek Matyja, but he's ranked #2 in Poland behind Paweł Stefan, who he's fought twice, and the first time was a draw, and then so that could have gone either way, but a lot of people thought that Marek won that. And then the second time he lost on a split decision to Paweł Stefan, who's now 15-2 with 12 KOs, so he's a good puncher as well. And he was ranked 32 on in the world, so you know, he was in front of guys like 1 second, he was in front of, and then he was in, yeah, he drew with Darius Sek also, and he knocked out Tony Avalon in 6 rounds. And Tony Avalon, he's been over to the UK a couple of times, and Yard beat him in 7 rounds. So Marek took out Tony Avalon quicker than Anthony Yard did. The only person who's taken him out quicker was Joshua Buatsi. That was in a round. That was soon after Yard did, so Yard probably softened him up for Buatsi a bit there. And also he lost on points to the current IBO light heavyweight champion Dominic Bozel. That went to points, so you know, never been stopped, never been hurt. Marek Matyja, so yeah, and he was ranked above Jose Burton, Felix Sturm, Charles Foster, who's 20-0 from America, David Faraci, who, what's his name, Lyndon Arthur beat, ranked in front of him. Sergey Michel, who was in the final of the that golden contract tournament on MTK, he lost in the final to Richard Bolotniks. He was in front of Shifat Isifu, and he was only a few places lower than guys like Andre Durrell, and a couple of places lower than Adam Deans, who fought Butaev for the world title. So yeah, you have to take that into account. But yeah, going on to the fight with Craig Richards. So Craig, I'd say he was using the jab very well early doors. He was looking for the uppercut early, missing it a few times. He threw one Sagat style tiger uppercut, which missed, and then Marek countered with a left hook, landed flush, but Craig took it well, didn't seem to phase him. Round 4, Craig landed a left hook, which wobbled Marek Matyja, and then Craig was trying to, you know, go for the finisher stuff, unloading. Marek, you know, bobbing and weaving, got through the storm. Then Craig just thought, okay, he ain't gonna go right now, and he landed his jab and keeping him in front. Then I say round 5, Marek had a good round because he was coming forward and stuff, tough guy. So he won a couple of rounds. Then round 6, Craig threw a countering right uppercut. Marek's leg started wobbling. Then Craig landed left right hooks, and then Marek was holding on to his legs, and then Craig's unloading for a good minute, stuff like that, and then threw a right hand left hook, swung his head back, snapped his head back, ref was seeing enough, and stepped in and waved it off. Some people saying that it's a premature, but was he going to get through the round? Alright, he could have taken 1 or 2 more big shots, but alright, the writing was on the wall. It weren't like he was going to, you know, get through it all and just turn the fight on his head. He weren't no Michael Katsidis, like, let's calm down. So yeah, great win for Craig. And you know, people talking about Callum Smith and Joshua Buatsi, but Callum Smith just fought one guy, and somehow BoxRec got him as #1 in the light heavyweight division above Butaev, Bivol, Joe Smith Jr., everyone. It was just like, I don't understand that. Well, he's got no belt. And Joshua Buatsi, once again, he hasn't got a belt. So I wouldn't really see a point of Craig fighting them for nothing. He's just won the WBA international title. So I would like to see Craig fight either the Frenchman, Matthew Bordelic, for the European title. His last fight, he won in round 7 versus Igor Mahilkin. I watched that on Eurosport, and he seemed to have broke Igor's jaw, so he retired in the 7th round with a broken jaw. They said injured jaw, and it turned out it was broken. And then, or you go for Germany's Dominic Bozil, who just won the IBO title versus Robin Krasniqi after he got stopped last year by Robin Krasniqi, so he won the rematch on points. So either the European title or IBO title, or head down the whilst heading down, you know, another world title shot route. The 3 champions right now are Dmitry Bivol, Arthur Butaev, and Joe Smith Jr. Yeah, so either one of those. Joe Smith Jr. probably, that'd be a good matchup for the WBO title, but I know that Yard and Arthur, they're both fighting for a right to get down that route as well. And I know Frank Warren has a good little relationship with the WBO. Ash Jones Machine, as we spoke about, great performance from Craig, and the Joe Smith fight going. Yeah, see, there you go, Ash. So then the other fight we're going to talk about is Big Johnny Fisher. Now he weren't the main event, but he was the main event, if you know what I mean. They said he sold 1,400 tickets. He's basically the guy who saved the show, because Eddie knows he had too much angry man at his door if he'd have cancelled the show. So he sold 1,400 before the tickets got pushed in, but then his dad ended up moving another 300 at all bar one in the O2. So when you come straight through the main, like the first doors, where they got the little ID scanner and a couple of guards lined up or whatever, there's an all bar one on the side. Good price drinks, not like once you get in the O2, then you're finished. You ain't got no say. You're paying O2 price for your food. You're paying O2 price for your drinks. So all bar one, his dad was in there, moved another 300 tickets. So that's 1,700 tickets. York Hall is only about 1,100 capacity. So if you put Johnny Fisher on and no undercard at York Hall, Johnny could sell that out and he'd be the one-man fight. Imagine that. Or he'd have an undercard and the other guys wouldn't even need to sell tickets, and they'd all get good purses to fight whoever they feel like fighting. Just saying. But yeah, Johnny Fisher, when he come out, that entrance was a different kind of entrance. Like, come out, I don't even know what song it was. Maybe Ash knows the song, or some of you Essex boys might know. But the Romford ball, when he come out, that was some different kind of electric atmosphere. So yeah, a lot of people came in from the bar, because there's probably outside watching when other fights were going on. And then yeah, that guy Tererro from Spain, he came to fight. Country Roads, okay, yeah. So when that guy came to fight, so round one, they're both having a trade, because I was gonna go up to get a drink because my cousins went up there. But as I've gone up the stairs, I've seen Ash Jones, who's in the building, big up. And then we just started talking, and I realised, hold on, I can't miss this, because this could be over in 1 or 2 rounds. I don't know, so I don't want to miss this. So I've watched the entrance, so I've seen everything. I could see all the cameras. It looked like a concert, the way everyone's phone cameras were on and all sorts for the entrance. But yeah, this Serrano had come to fight. Tererro came to fight. Wait, let me get his proper name. I don't want to disrespect him still. Tererro, yeah. He was former Spanish champion. Yeah, come to fight, had a good trade-off in the first round. Second round, we were trading again, big shots going in. And then Tererro landed a big shot. hook here, and it seemed to buckle Johnny Fisher's back leg. I've gone, oh shit. Next minute, the Romford Red Bull mist just come out of nowhere. You're like, bam, 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 bam. Or you Essex man go, bosh. Next minute, Tererro's on the floor. Then he's got up. Johnny Fisher's steamed in again. Bam, 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 bam. Punching him up on the floor again. He's got up. You know, more big shots. Tererro's gone over again. 3 knockdown rule. All over. Beer start flying. I'm glad I weren't in my seats down there, because it would have been beer on the back of my head and I'd have gone mad. So beers flying everywhere, like proper football stuff, but it weren't like angry hooligans. Like, it weren't no angry hooligan. It was just like happy football types. It was football kind of thing, but it weren't goonish. So it was like everyone's happy, beers flying everywhere, and the place is just going mad. Eddie Hearn's got, you know, obviously Johnny in for his interviews, got his dad in because his dad was like the man of the moment, so he must be like a local hero type guy. I've spoke to a couple of guys that have told me about Johnny and his dad. Like they used to sell meat around and stuff, like not door to door, and obviously you see these 2 big guys coming knocking your door and you're thinking, oh my god, have I forgot to pay a debt? Like, these debt collectors, these are big guys at my door, man. Like, so, but then they're going, oh mate, you want to sell some meat? Big up Youssef Khoumari. Bad boy fight on the weekend. Hope you're doing well, champ. I was just speaking about your fight just a moment ago. So I'm going through the card on Saturday, just gone. So yeah, big up, man. Well, you've got a bright future ahead. As I said, minor setback for a major comeback. Big up Black Box Management. Make sure you come down to his show this Saturday. The weigh-in's on Friday at Miguel's. The show is in Saturday in Surbiton. Make sure you come and grab your tickets. There's standard tickets, there's ringside tickets, there's going to be tables, there's going to be a punch machine, there's going to be a 360 rotation. You know you're going to see me on that already. Punch machine, you're going to see me on that already. I might try and break a record. So make sure you come and get your tickets for Black Box Management, and make sure you go and follow Youssef Khoumari also, because that is a bad boy fighter. So yeah, back to the cards in the show. We're talking about, yeah, Johnny Fisher's dad and Johnny Fisher, they go door to door selling meat, and they're like, yeah, do you want this and that? Oh, by the way, my son fights, you want to buy a ticket? And they're just moving tickets like mad. So big up them. And he's got a big bright future. He could be the next heavyweight style Ricky Hatton or something. But Eddie's onto a gold mine there, especially as he's from Essex, like Eddie. Eddie loves him, and he's a lovely guy as well. I've interviewed him. He's a proper nice guy. Like, he don't think he's this or nothing like that. He look like he's got one of them big angry rugby boy faces. He used to play rugby, but he's actually very intelligent as well. He's a uni graduate, so I know he looks like, you know, a meathead, but he's not. He's actually intelligent. He's a uni graduate, you know, cap and gown, everything. So on to the main event was Chantelle Cameron versus Mary Magee. Mary was won the early rounds and stuff. She got caught in the second round by a big uppercut that sort of made her startle back and jump back a bit. After that, Magee slowed down heavily. She was taking a lot of big shots. That trading on the ropes, it showed a great chin. And Chantelle was dominating, really. In round 9, she got caught by a big hook. And then from there, it was towards the end of round 9, so she managed to survive. And then in round 10, Mary Magee was walking her down, but by then it was too late. So I gave Mary Magee the last 2 rounds, and yeah, I had it 8-2. So it was a very good night of boxing in the O2 Arena. And yeah, then we move on to the Americans, because we're going to get some of you live guys on live. Big up Craig Richards, just talking about your fight on Saturday. Black Box Management, Youssef Khoumari, Craig Richards. Actually, yeah, all you man, stay locked in, because I'm going to get you guys on live in a bit. I just need to get through the quick American ones here. Jaron Ennis took out Thomas Dulorme in the 1 round, had an arching anchor style hook, caught him on the ear. He went down. Jaron tried to finish him off. Dulorme caught him with 2 big left hooks. It could have gone Andy Ruiz style, but Jaron showed a good chin and then hit him with a 3-piece when he turned southpaw as well, which was mad. And then, yeah, Dulorme went down, and that was all she wrote. Jamal James versus Radzhab Butaev for the WBA regular welterweight world title. I had a feeling that Radzhab was going to win because Jamal James had been out a while, and I never really rated him that much anyway. And I never actually seen Radzhab fight, but I saw his record. He was like 12-0, 13-0, 10 KOs, and I thought, yeah, I think he's going to do it. Russian guy. I seen him with the big Dagestan type furry hat, which them Khabib and them Butaev type man. So he ain't even from the St. Petersburg and Moscow side of Russia. He's from that Asian east side of Russia, that mad where the bears are, and it's all a bit deep. So yeah, he